Welcome back to Becoming Ultimate Masters. Are you ready for a deep dive?
Absolutely. I'm excited for this one.
Me too. Today we're taking a look at one truth, one law. I am, I create.
Oh, yeah. This book is powerful. It can really shift your whole perspective.
Totally. It's all about tapping into your inner power, becoming the best version of yourself, ditching those limitations and creating the life you really want.
Right. No more playing small.
Absolutely. And hey, if this resonates with you, share it. Tell your friends, your family, anyone who needs that extra inspiration. All right, let's dive in.
Okay, so right off the bat, this book makes a really bold statement. It says there's only one truth, one law. I am, and I create.
Whoa. Okay, break that down for me. What does that even mean?
Basically, it's saying that your thoughts, they're way more powerful than you think. Like, they actually shape your reality.
Hold on. So every single thought I have is shaping my reality,
Huh?
even the random ones. Like, did I leave the stove on?
Think of it this way. Every thought sends out this vibration, like a ripple in a pond. And those ripples, they interact with the energy of the universe, which influences, the events and experiences that you attract into your life.
Whoa, okay, that's kind of mind-blowing. So if I'm thinking negative thoughts all the time, I'm basically just attracting more negativity.
It's not about blaming yourself for everything bad that happens, but the book really emphasizes being aware of your thought patterns and understanding how they might be, influencing things. It's about recognizing you have the power to shift those patterns
Right.
and create from, a more positive place.
So how do we do that? Like, how do we go from being ruled by all the negative thoughts to being conscious creators?
Okay, so the book introduces this super interesting concept called the persona.
The persona. Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
It's basically the part of us that believes we're separate from everything else, separate from each other, even separate from this creative power that's flowing through us.
So it's like this limited version of ourselves, like the ego, always doubting, comparing.
It's similar to the ego, yeah, but it's more like this mask we wear, a role we play in the world, and it gets shaped by our experiences, our beliefs, the things people have told us about ourselves, and it often keeps us trapped in these patterns of fear and limitation.
Okay, wait. So if we're all connected to this incredible creative power, why even have the persona? What's the point of it?
Imagine you're this divine being coming to experience life on Earth. The persona is kind of like putting on a costume, like taking on a temporary identity, to fully immerse yourself in being human.
I think I get it.
Yeah.
So it allows us to forget our true nature for a bit and just engage with everything around it.
Exactly. But here's the thing, the persona. It often forgets it's wearing a costume. It starts to believe it's the whole story, and that limits our view of what's actually possible.
Wow, that makes so much sense. So how do we break free from that limited persona and tap back into our true creative power?
Well, according to the book, the persona's biggest weapon, fear. It uses fear to keep us playing small, to stop us from stepping into our power and creating the lives we truly desire.
Oh, I feel that. Fear can be paralyzing. Can you give some real life examples? How does this fear show up?
Think about a time when you had a dream, a goal, but then there's this voice in your head whispering, you're not good enough, or what if you fail? That's the persona using fear to keep you stuck in that comfort zone.
Oh, yeah. Or maybe you have this amazing talent, but you're too scared to share it because you're worried about what others might think.
Exactly. Fear holding you back from expressing your true self.
It's it's constantly whispering doubts and limitations, right?
Yeah.
Keeping us from going after what we really want. But the book talks about overcoming fear. How do we actually do that?
Yeah. It offers some really powerful techniques for connecting with your inner voice, that I am inside you. Practices like meditation, journaling, even just paying attention to your thoughts and feelings.
Yeah.
These can help quiet that noisy persona and tune you into the wisdom that's always there.
So it's like retraining your mind to focus on the positive, to see the possibilities instead of getting stuck on the limitations.
It's about becoming aware of those negative thought patterns. Yeah. And then consciously choosing to shift them. The book even talks about using affirmations to reprogram your subconscious mind, kind of like rewriting the script of your life.
I'm starting to see how this I am, I create thing works.
Yeah.
We have this incredible power within us, but the persona often gets in the way, right? Using fear to keep us small.
Right.
But this book, it gives us tools to overcome that fear, to quiet the persona, to tap back into our true creative power.
And that's when things get really exciting, because once you connect with your I am, a whole new level of possibility opens up. You realize you can create the life you desire.
That's amazing. But how do we actually do that? Like go from connecting with I am to actually making our dreams happen?
Welcome back to our deep dive into One Truth, One Law. I am, I create. We're about to get into the really practical stuff, how to actually use these concepts in your life and start creating the reality you want.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Eh,
Because it's one thing to understand the idea that our thoughts shape reality, but it's another thing to actually make it happen.
Totally. And one of the biggest takeaways from this book, it's the idea that we got to move beyond just thinking about what we want and start taking action. The book actually says action obliterates doubts.
Ooh, I like that. Action obliterates doubts. It's like a battle cry, for anyone who's ever felt stuck or paralyzed by fear. But why is action so important?
When you take action, you're basically proving to yourself that you're capable of, making things happen. It builds confidence and helps you overcome those limiting beliefs that keep you playing small. It's like you're telling the universe, "Hey, I'm serious about this. I'm putting my energy into making this dream a reality."
So even if it's a small step, any action we take towards our goals is helping to break down those doubts and fears.
Absolutely. Think of it like planting a seed. You wouldn't expect a plant to just magically grow if you only thought about planting it. You got to put that seed in the ground, water it, nurture it, right?
Right.
It's the same with our dreams and goals. We got to take action, tend to them, and give them the energy they need to grow.
Okay, that's a great analogy. But what about those times when you feel stuck? Like you don't even know where to start?
The book encourages us to, turn inward, connect with that I am within, and ask for guidance. Find a quiet space, take some deep breaths, and just ask, what's the next step I need to take?
So it's about trusting that inner wisdom, that intuition that's always there to guide us.
Exactly. And sometimes the answer comes in a flash of inspiration. Like suddenly you just know what to do next.
Yeah.
Other times it's more subtle, like a chance encounter, a book you stumble upon, a conversation that sparks a new idea.
It's like the universe is always sending us signs and signals, but we have to be open to receiving them, right?
Totally. It's about paying attention to those synchronicities, those little nudges from the universe, guiding us along.
Okay, this is starting to make a lot of sense. So we take action to obliterate doubts, we listen to our inner voice for guidance, and we stay open to receiving answers in unexpected ways. What else can we do to become more, I guess, conscious creators?
The book really emphasizes the importance of becoming aware of the thoughts and beliefs that are shaping our reality and then consciously choosing to align those thoughts with what we actually want to create.
So it's like taking inventory of our mental landscape and weeding out the negative thought patterns that aren't serving us anymore.
It's about becoming mindful of your self-talk, paying attention to the stories you're telling yourself. Are you constantly putting yourself down, focusing on what you lack, dwelling on past mistakes?
Oh, I'm definitely guilty of that sometimes.
We all are. But the good news, we have the power to change those negative thought patterns and replace them with, more empowering beliefs. The book talks about using affirmations, which are basically positive statements that you repeat to yourself to reprogram your subconscious mind.
Can you give an example? How does that actually work?
Let's say you catch yourself thinking, I'm not good enough. Instead of letting that thought, spiral, you could challenge it with an affirmation like, I am worthy, I am capable, and I am enough.
Ooh, I love that. It's like we're actively choosing to focus on the positive, and rewrite the script of our lives.
Exactly. It's about taking control of your thoughts and beliefs and aligning them with the reality you want to create.
This is so empowering. It's like we have the power to choose our own adventure, to shape our own destiny with every thought and action.
You got it. And one of the coolest things this book highlights is how you can see your creative power at play even in everyday experiences. It's about recognizing those little synchronicities, those moments that make you go, whoa, did I just manifest that?
Well, I love those moments, like when you're thinking about someone and then they call you out of the blue, or when you randomly find a $20 bill on the ground when you really need it.
Exactly. Those are great examples. The more we pay attention to these little synchronicities, the more we realize our thoughts and beliefs are constantly influencing our reality.
It's like the universe is always communicating with us, showing us we're on the right track, or maybe nudging us in a new direction.
It's a really cool way to start seeing the world and realizing just how much power we have to co-create our experience.
Okay, I think I'm really starting to get this whole conscious creation thing.
Yeah.
But there's this one question that I keep coming back to. What happens when our desires, like, conflict with the desires of others? Like, what if I want something that someone else doesn't want?
That's a great question. It's a situation that comes up all the time, especially as we're, becoming more aware of our own creative power.
So how do we navigate those tricky situations? What does the book say?
One of the key things the book emphasizes is remembering our interconnectedness, the idea that we're all like part of a larger whole.
It's like that saying, what you do to others, you do to yourself.
Exactly. The book reminds us that when we harm others, we're ultimately harming ourselves. And when we create from a place of love and compassion, we're contributing to the well-being of, everyone.
But what about those times when we have, like, different goals or desires? Like, what if I want to pursue a career in the arts, but my parents really want me to go to law school? How do we reconcile those differences?
The book encourages us to communicate openly and honestly, to express our desires clearly, but also to listen to the perspectives of others with respect and understanding. It's about finding a win-win solution, whenever possible, a way to honor our own path while also respecting the choices of others.
So it's not about forcing our will on others or trying to, like, control the situation.
It's about recognizing that everyone has their own unique journey, their own blueprint to fulfill, and sometimes those journeys take us in different directions.
This is so helpful. It's like a roadmap for navigating those tough conversations and finding a way to create a reality that works for everyone involved.
Exactly. It's about moving from a place of separation and competition to a place of unity and collaboration, recognizing that we're all in this together.
I love that. It's like we're all threads, woven into this tapestry of life, each contributing to the beauty and complexity of the whole.
I love that analogy. It's a beautiful way to visualize the interconnectedness of all things.
Okay, so we've talked about, like, taking ownership of our creative power, the importance of action, listening to our inner voice, and even navigating, conflicting desires.
Hmm.
Is there anything else we should keep in mind, like, as we embark on this journey of conscious creation?
Yeah. The book really emphasizes the importance of trusting the process and having patience. Creation isn't always, instantaneous. Sometimes it takes time for our desires to manifest in the physical realm.
So it's not like, rubbing a magic lamp and having our wishes granted, like,
Well,
instantly.
not usually, though that would be awesome, right?
Yeah.
It's more about planting the seeds of our intentions, nurturing them with positive thoughts and actions, and trusting that they'll blossom in their own time.
And what about those times when it feels like our creations are, like, taking forever to manifest? What does the book say about dealing with those moments of doubt and impatience?
It encourages us to stay focused on our desires, to visualize them as already being fulfilled, and to, maintain a positive attitude, even when we don't see immediate results.
So it's about having faith that the universe is, like, working behind the scenes to bring our creations to fruition.
It's about surrendering to the divine timing of the universe
Yeah.
and trusting that everything is unfolding as it should.
That's reassuring. It's like a reminder to let go the need to control every little detail and just, trust the process.
You got it. It's about releasing the worry and allowing the universe to do its magic.
Okay, this has been an incredible deep dive so far. It feels like we've been given a whole new set of, like, tools for navigating life
Mm-hmm.
and creating a reality that's aligned with, our deepest desires.
Me too. It's a powerful reminder that we're all capable of so much more than we realize.
And that's exactly what Becoming Ultimate Masters is all about, right?
Yeah.
Helping you amazing young adults and high school students out there unlock your full potential and become the best, most fulfilled versions of yourself.
Exactly. We believe that each and every one of you has something unique and amazing to offer the world, and we're here to support you every step of the way.
So as we head into the final part of our deep dive into one truth, one law, I am, I create, I want to encourage all of you to keep exploring these concepts, to experiment with the techniques, and to discover what resonates most deeply with you.
Remember, this is just the beginning of your journey.
We'll be back soon with a grand finale of our exploration of one truth, one law. I am, I create. All right, welcome back to Becoming Ultimate Masters. We're wrapping up our deep dive into one truth, one law. I am, I create. And it's been, like, seriously mind-blowing, right? Exploring the power of our thoughts, how we can actually create the reality we want.
It's been a journey for sure. We've covered so much ground, like understanding the whole I am, I create concept. We've talked about overcoming fear, tapping into our inner wisdom, taking action toward our goals.
But there's, like, one key thing we haven't fully explored yet. And it's a big one. This whole idea of choice. The book keeps emphasizing that we always have a choice to live as our persona or to strive to become fully I am.
Yeah, it's a huge part of the message. And it's not about one being better than the other. It's more about recognizing we have the power to choose.
Yeah.
Choose the path that feels most aligned with our own journey, our purpose.
Okay, so let's break this down a bit.
Right.
What does it actually mean to choose between the persona and I am?
Remember we talked about the persona being that part of us that identifies with our limited self, the ego-driven part of us. It's
Yeah.
often fueled by fear, doubt, always needing validation from outside ourselves.
Yeah, it's that voice that says we're not good enough, not smart enough, not worthy. Ugh.
Exactly. So living as our persona means letting those voices call the shots, letting those outside circumstances determine our worth, basically staying stuck in those patterns of fear and limitation.
Okay, so then what does it look like to choose, to become I am?
It's about shifting our identification from that limited persona to our true unlimited self. It's about recognizing our worth, our connection to something bigger than ourselves, and living from a place of love, power, purpose.
That sounds amazing. But does that mean we have to completely ditch the persona, give up being an individual and become some formless blob of universal consciousness?
That's a common worry and a good question. The book is really clear that both choices are valid. And the decision, it's super personal. Some people feel drawn to fully merging with I am, transcending the limitations of the persona, experiencing complete oneness with the universe.
Right, that's a path for some. But what about those of us who want to hold on to our individuality? How do we integrate I am into our lives, practically?
It's about staying connected to that inner voice, that I am inside us, seeking guidance from it, trusting our intuition, and consciously choosing thoughts and beliefs that empower us so we can live a more fulfilling, purposeful life.
So it's like having this ongoing conversation with our higher self, seeking wisdom, letting it guide our choices.
Yeah, exactly that. It's about recognizing that we're not alone, that we have this source of infinite wisdom and support. It's available to us all the time.
Wow, that's powerful. It's like a reminder that we're not just victims of circumstance, we're co-creators. We actually have a say in this.
Exactly. And the beautiful thing is we have the freedom to choose our path, right? Embrace the persona, strive to become I am, or find some unique balance that works for us.
We've explored so much the I am, I create concept, how powerful our thoughts are, the persona, the role of fear, connecting with our inner voice and how we choose to live our lives. It's been a journey.
It really has. What are some of the big things you're taking away from this deep dive?
I think what hit me the hardest was realizing I have way more power than I thought. I can shape my reality with my thoughts
Yeah.
and beliefs. That's kind of wild.
That's huge. And it applies to everything, your relationships, your studies, your goals and dreams, you name it.
Another thing that stuck with me was the need for action. Just thinking positive thoughts isn't enough. I got to take steps, right, toward what we want to create.
Yes. Action is key. It's how we move from thinking about it to actually making it happen.
And I'm so intrigued by communicating with, I am. It having a direct line to my inner wisdom, my intuition, this sorts of guidance that's always there.
It's powerful stuff. And the more you do it, the stronger that connection gets.
This whole deep dive has been mind-blowing. And honestly, I feel like we've only just scratched the surface of all the wisdom in this book.
There's always more to uncover, but hopefully this has sparked something for you and inspired you to start your own journey of self-discovery and conscious creation.
If you're ready to go deeper, you can visit www.ultimatemasters.org coaching or WhatsApp +25677-1324-119 for more information and guidance.
We're here to support you every step of the way.
And hey, share this episode with anyone you think might need this message,
Let's spread the word about the incredible power we all have to create the lives we want.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey. Be sure to check back daily for new episodes of Becoming Ultimate Masters. We're here to help you become the ultimate master of your own life.